说中文。
ChinesePod, ChinesePod, ChinesePod. That's the way to learn Chinese. ChinesePod, ChinesePod, ChinesePod. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hi, we're ChinesePod coming to you from Shanghai. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Ken.
Ken, what are we doing today?
We're talking about an argument, in fact.
Oh,
Yes.
a street argument.
A street argument and the fact that these things are so boring.
But it attracts a rather large crowd sometimes.
I think it used to in the old days. I mean, I was traveling here 15 years ago, and an argument on the street, when people would swarm around and say, what's going on here? Not so much anymore.
But how time has changed.
Yeah.
now.
So there's two key words in this because this is a very challenging newbie, in fact. And there's two key words that I'd like to look at. And the first word is to argue.
吵架,吵架.
吵架.
对.
Now, third tone, fourth tone.
That's correct.
Now, I know that you do not like to 吵架.
Sometimes it's necessary though. 吵架.
吵架
But
can be
only
necessary.
when I am, taking advantage of offended.
Oh.
I never initiate.
I'm sure you never initiate a 吵架.
No.
You'd never do that. Nor would I, miss, to be honest. Now, because you know why? Because that kind of stuff is boring.
对.
How did we say that?
无聊,无聊.
无聊.
2 second tones.
无聊.
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 对.
So those two words, let's hear them one more time before we get into the dialogue.
吵架,无聊.
吵架,无聊.
对.
There you go.
Listen out for them in the dialogues now.
Yeah.
Dialogue, first time.
他们在看什么？
有人在吵架，
我们去看看吧。
我不去，无聊。
Second time.
他们在看什么？
有人在吵架，
我们去看看吧。
我不去，无聊。
Third time.
他们在看什么？
有人在吵架，
我们去看看吧。
我不去，无聊。
Well, let's do the translation at this stage.
他们在看什么？
What are they looking at?
他们在看什么？
What are they looking at?
他们在看什么？有人在吵架。
There's somebody arguing.
有人在吵架。
There's people arguing.
有人在吵架。我们去看看吧。
Oh, let's go and take a look.
我们去看看吧。
Let's go over and take a look.
我们去看看吧。我不去，无聊。
I'm not going over there. It's boring.
我不去，无聊。
I'm not going. It's boring.
我不去，无聊。 So what do you feel about a street argument, Ken?
I
Do
tell you,
flock?
I tell you one thing. Like 12 or 14 years ago, it was more common
Yes.
to see these sort of street arguments, and it was a form of sport, spectator sport. You especially have.
You see layers of people gather
Well,
around
if you're in
it.
the countryside, I mean, it was a very different time, and people perhaps weren't as busy as they are now, and so an argument somewhere would be something to observe, and so you got people running across the street to look at it.
Yeah.
But these days, no, not so much. But occasionally you'll come across. But here you have the vocabulary to describe it anyway. This is very rich sort of lexical language
Yes.
here, so it could be used in many different contexts.
Yep.
So let's look at the first sentence.
他们在看什么？他们在看什么？
Now, lots of stuff here. Let's take it from the back. So the last word in the sentence is
什么？什么？
shama. Now, shama means
What?
what.
Yes.
That's it. So you put it at the end of a sentence and you know you've got a question here. As in, Now, and the verb here is
看，看。
看.
对
Now, notice the falling tone there, the fourth tone. Can.
看 which means to see or to,
look,
watch.
To look, to see, to watch something. Yeah. And so when you put those two items together, you get
看什么？看什么？
看什么?
Yes.
Now, that means look at what, basically.
It also functions as a question by itself.
Yes.
看什么？
You could just say that. 看什么?
对
Again, the tones here are quite nice. So let's hear those two items together.
看什么？看什么？
看什么?
Right.
I think the way to learn the tones, of course, is to learn them in groups, just like this. Now, but that's not the full sentence, so we have more stuff we can put in
Yes.
here. And so we had a pronoun here.
他们，他们
他们. And the tones are,
first and neutral.
okay, first and neutral. Let's hear it again, please.
他们，
他们,
他们，
他们, meaning they.
对。
Okay.
So whenever you see 门
Yes.
the second character here, you know it's plural.
Yes.
For example, 我们
Yes.
meaning we,
We.
or us.
Yes.
你们
Meaning
plural you.
you. But here we have
他们
meaning they.
yes.
Now, there's another verb here. It's a kind of an auxiliary verb, in fact, and it is
在
fourth tone.
Yeah.
Now, it just acts in the same way as the sentence is, what are they looking
Doing.
at?
Yeah.
So, what are they looking at in this case? And that would be the equivalent of are. What are? So, in other words, you just add it here to complete the sentence. So, let's hear the full sentence.
他们在看什么？他们在看什么
Great. Now, literally, that would be they are look at what?
Yes.
There you go. 他们在看什么? So obviously, two people are walking on the street, and the girl notices that
A
there's
crowd
going
gathering,
on, and
yeah.
maybe she's bored, or who knows, or whatever, nothing to do. So she goes, "Oh, so what are they? What are they all looking at?" Now the chap goes,
有人在吵架，有人在吵架。
"Now,
Well, he is very knowing, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's incredibly tall.
Well,
Like
yeah.
Yao Ming, so
Yeah.
he sees
He
what
sees what's
other
going
people
on.
don't see.
and what they're doing, in fact, is arguing, and the verb there was
吵架，吵架。
吵架."
Third and fourth.
Third and fourth,
吵架，
吵架.
吵架。
Now, 吵架 is different from fighting per se, just to make that clear. So 吵架 means arguing.
Arguing,
It's verbal.
yeah.
Okay. Now, we had this verb again
在，在。
to indicate that that's what they are doing.
Yeah,
right?
it's a present continuous.
Yeah,
action.
That's it. And so they are arguing.
有人在吵架。
Now, 有人 actually means there are people.
Exactly.
Right? 有, the verb.
So you're not clear who exactly,
Yeah.
but they're just people
Yeah.
doing things.
Yeah, 有人. So let's hear the full sentence there.
有人在吵架，有人在吵架。
So literally translated word for word, this is there have
People
are
arguing.
argue. That's right. Now she's kind of obviously sort of interested to see what it's all about. So she says.
我们去看看吧，我们去看看吧。
Now in the first sentence we had the word
他们，
他们 meaning they, and in this case we have the word
我们，我们。
我们 meaning
对
we.
Yes.
And the verb to go, as in to walk over there, is
去，去。
to go. Fourth
And
tone.
what? Yes, it's a
Yes.
fourth tone.
And do what over there?
去看看吧，去看看。
So here's this verb again, can, to look at, to see. And can meaning just to
Take a look.
To take a look.
Yeah, very often the duplication of a verb.
Yes.
So it just adds a tone, a casual tone,
Yes.
suggestive manner.
Yes, it doesn't mean we go over and look in great detail. It just means we'll just go over there and have a quick look.
Yes.
Let's see. And then we have an particle here at the end, and it softens it also.
Yes.
And that is
吧吧，去看看吧，去看看吧。
Now, as I said, this is a very challenging newbie, in fact.
Yeah.
But it's very rich and in the way it works in terms of lexis, in terms of phrases and words that are fitting together. So I strongly suggest don't get over analytic on this, but listen to the sounds of the full sentences and how they work together. So let's hear this sentence. Let's go over there and take a look.
我们去看看吧， 我们去看看吧。
There you go. Now, the guy's not interested.
我不去，我不去。
So you have the same verb here, 去, but he says, 我不去, meaning
I am not going.
That's right.
不去，不去，
So you have the verb to go, which is
去，
and not go is
不去。
不去. So 不 is used to form a negative in
negative.
Chinese. And we have the pronoun for me, I.
我
Yes. So I'm not going.
我不去。
我不去. Now, this could be used in many contexts,
对，
right? Are you going over there to, I don't know, you going to work today or whatever? Many
我
questions.
不去。
我不去.
Very happily saying 我不去。Are you going to the party tonight? 我不去。
Can't go.
And he offers the reason why.
And it is
无聊，
无聊.
无聊。
无聊.
Very simple and to the point.
Yes, boring.
对
无聊. The tones on 无聊, what are they?
，2 second tones.
Can be tricky, I find, the second 2 seconds. So let's listen to it again.
无聊，无聊，
无聊,
无聊。
无聊.
对
Well,
，excellent.
I hope this lesson isn't 无聊.
Certainly not.
Hope not.
It has you in it, Ken.
Oh,
How can it be 无聊 when you're
That's-
here?
No, I'm the most 无聊 one in this room. Why don't we listen to that 3 more times, shall we?
好，
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to ChinesePod Trivia. Our first question is, how long will it take you to become an intermediate Chinese speaker using the ChinesePod app? Is it A, the rest of your life? B, you should already be an intermediate speaker? C, 3 months? Or D, ChinesePod has an app?
You should already be in.
Ooh, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, 3 months. That's right. Head over to ChinesePod.com now to register for your access to over 4,000 lessons. Get the ChinesePod app now on Google Play or the App Store.
Dialogue first time.
他们在看什么？
有人在吵架，
我们去看看吧。
我不去，无聊。
Second time.
他们在看什么？
有人在吵架，
我们去看看吧。
我不去，无聊。
Third time.
他们在看什么？
有人在吵架，
我们去看看吧。
我不去，无聊。
Okay, so that was a fairly intense newbie, I think, with lots of rich lexis in it and high frequency stuff. Remember from the patterns from remembering the words and the meaning of the words, and particularly the tones of the words. Try to learn them in phrases and patterns such as the 4 sentences in this particular lesson.
And a lot of it you can use in a wide range of contexts.
That is correct.
So don't forget to go to ChinesePod.com,
Yes.
see the words,
Yes.
make the connection.
Explore the things,
对。
yeah, and bump into us there, hopefully.
好
Okay.
It's time for us to say
Indeed.
再见.
再见.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
0982
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/0982 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0982